good night, and welcome to this special edition of Commissioner in the House. Good evening. I'm joined by
Mr. Wagner, co-commissioner.
definite, and this evening we're trying to bring you the information. So we'll call this segment the information package, right? The information package. So we're giving you information concerning All Star, we're giving you information concerning community service, we're giving you information concerning the playoff and the matchups. All that in this little segment. So if you have someone who should be listening to the show who is not here listening to the show, give them a call real quick, tell them to come and listen to the show. Alright, so the first topic we're going to touch on this evening is the community service. You know, in our league, we pride ourselves in wanting to create better young men for our community. So one of the things we want to do is to have the teams do a little community service in their area. So coach, I know in our rules we have that. Where are we with that?
Yeah, so like we stated in the last show, in the rules there is a room for community service whereby we ask at least your five players from each team to go out and do 2 hours of community service.
At least.
At least 2 hours of community service. So we definitely are enforcing that to the full extent this year. We're asking that teams get together their 5 players and they go out and do any form of community service. It could be just hanging out with old people, well, with people of different age, cleaning their court, cleaning your own court, basically going, chilling out at children's home, chilling with the kids. Probably you don't even have to go to children's home. Playing basketball with a different youths that don't get to play basketball every day because of the different dangers and so in the community. So it's simple things like that we're asking our players to get out there and give back. And we're very serious about it because the penalty is, if you don't do those 2 hours, at least 5 players from your team, the penalty is the next game you're going to lose by default. And the next game is, like we said, playoffs. So you don't want to come out the playoffs just because you did not do your community service. So we're reinstating it once more, again, making sure that teams can get out there and do their community service. Big up to the teams like Kikaka Stingrays and the Belmopan 822 who've already gotten out there and have already done their community service, and all the other teams who have already done their community service. So big up to you guys, but the other guys, remember, it's part of the rules. It's been in the rule from day one. Actually, from last year, it's something that we implemented, and we want to get it done this year.
So, a question. If I am a team captain or I'm a team manager and I did my community service, what am I supposed to do?
So the important part, we ask that you at least take some pictures or a video and you share it with us. You email it to abl.amadia.bz, abl@amadia.bz, sorry, and or you share it in the group, the WhatsApp group. So
can I simply post it on Facebook and tag Amadia in it?
Once again, you also can do that. I'm sorry. So you can also tag it on the page when you can go live and tag us on the page as well. As long as there's proof that you went out there and do it, that's all we're asking for.
All right. So let us appreciate some of the photos that we have received from the teams who have already done community service. Those were some examples of what you can do for your community service. If you're still a little confused and you're a little bit lost as to what it is that you need to do, please feel free to give us a call, contact any one of us so that we could assist you in finding something to do or even assist you in helping you to do it. All right. So guess what's coming up? It's the All-Star game. I know everyone is hyped. They're pumped. They're ready. My favorite segment will be the slam dunk competition, coach. But we want to remind you or inform you about some of the most important things that will happen during the All-Star weekend. So, we will have...
We'll have the 3-point, of course,
Mhm.
and then look out for the special edition of the skills competition. There's going to be some things that we're going to add in and some extra special things that's going to be in there this year. So definitely look out for the skills competition. I know you like the slam dunk, but I'm getting used to the 3-point shooting, and I'm definitely a big fan of the skills competition. So look out for that.
So we have the slam dunk, the skills, and the 3-point competition.
That's right.
So break it down for me. How do we select participants for those?
So as per divisions for skill and 3-point, it's going to be by divisions, and we're going to have each representative each team put forward one representative for both those competitions. So U15 squad, there's 7 teams in there. There'll be 7 participants in the 3-point, and there'll be 7 participants in the skills, and so forth, going forward. So each team will select their special 3-point person or their special skills person, whosoever they think can best perform in that category. No team will be able to put more than one person in those competitions.
So in terms of the shooting in the 3-point, do we have standing wraps, or will it be that you'll have to provide...
So the 3-point, and we're going to do it just like we have. We're going to ask that you bring your own 2 persons to help you. There's going to be 1 person to rebound, and then there's going to be 1 passer. So you got to bring your own rebounder and bring your own passer, and then we're able to shoot. It's going to be 5 shots, 4 spots for 5 spots per team, and then the 4 persons with the highest tally advances.
Okay. And my last question concerning that is your apparel. How is the person, their passer, how are they supposed to be attired?
So you got to come in your jersey. You got to rep your squad. So you definitely got to come in your jersey and rep your squad.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Okay. Moving on to my favorite, the slam dunk. How will we operate that slam dunk competition?
So the slam dunk competition, it's wide open. Anyone can enter as long as they consider themselves a dunker, unless you're in the U15. There's no participants from the U15. So if you consider yourself a dunker, reach out. It doesn't have to. You could be more than 1 person per team. It could be 5 players from a team if you want, but as long as you consider yourself a Showtime dunker.
Creative dunker.
Not
just a
Showtime. So we're going to say Showtime.
Alright.
So once you consider yourself a Showtime dunker, then you can enter in the slam dunk competition, as long as you're not in the U15 category.
Okay, so we have touched on the 3-point, we have touched on the skills, we have touched on the slam dunk. Now the game.
So now the game, and this is the important part, and the key to this in selecting the players, the coaches once again and the teams once again are going to select their players that they're going to place in the game. We're not going to select it like the NBA.
No pressure.
No pressure there. so we're going to ask each team to, based on the standings, submit their names, and we'll break that down for you a little later. And then we're going to do a selection with the top 2 teams, either by division or in the same category in case of the U15. So it's the top 2 teams from the U15, the top player, or who they consider their top player, the captains, will select the team for the U15. In the other divisions, there's a Division A and a Division B. The top team from Division A and the top team from Division B, the captain or their best player will select the teams after the coaches have submitted the names.
All right. And in terms of coaches?
And the coaches is just going to be the top the top teams in each division, the top 2 teams in each division, that's going to represent the coaching squad.
All right. So it sounds like it has to do with the final standings from the regular season. Am I right?
Absolutely right.
So let us check out those standings right now.
So we'll start off with the U15 category, and then we'll break it down for you now.
All right. So in the U15 category,
Yeah, so the U15, we're looking at the top 3 seeds. They're able to bring 4 players, right? So 4 times 3, 12. And then the last 4 teams, they're able to bring 3 players each. So they have to submit 3 players each. And it's as simple as that. Top 3 teams, 4 players. Bottom 4 teams, 3 players.
all right. So if I am the coach of Savage Storm,
Yes.
I can submit.
4 players from your team.
Wow. All
Right.
right.
And then if you're in the bottom like Young Ballers or so, it's 3 players from your team.
All right. So it's absolutely clear in the U15 category. Top 3, 4 players. Bottom 4, 3 players.
That's
Let's move on to the U18 category.
So the U18 category, and once again, we're looking at the standings, and it works for both Division A and Division B. So in Division A, what we're asking for is the top squad, the top squad, the number 1 seed. He's going to bring 3 players. Then we're going to ask the number 2, the number 3, and number 4 seed. They're going to be able to bring 2 players. And then the 5 and 6 are going to bring 1 players each. So let me repeat that. For Division A and Division B, it's the same thing. So Division A, 3 players, and then 3 players for the top seed, 2 players for number 2, 2 players for number 3, 2 players for number 4, and then 5 and 6, they bring 1 player each. Right?
Okay.
That's
So
Division
that's
A
the
and B.
U18 category.
Yep.
All right. Moving over to U22.
So U22, the U22 division category, and we're looking at the standings again. So top seed in Group A gets to bring 3 participants. The second seed, 2, third seed, 2, fourth seed, 2, and then 5, 6, and 7, they bring 1 each.
All right. So 3 for
Number 1.
2, 2, 2.
So we're U22, and from the standings, you know we have Orange Walk at the top, and then we have Young Legend Flames. They'll bring 3 players. So Orange Walk and Young Legend, 3 players, and then number 2 seed, they'll obviously bring 2. Then the third seed will bring 2, and then the fourth seed will bring 2, and then 5, 6, and 7, 1, 1, 1.
1 each.
Yeah.
All right. And the open category now.
So the open category is exactly the same as the U22. So, but you got to look at the standings once again, and you're looking at the top seed in the open Division A, where they get to bring 3. Then the second seed, they'll bring 2. The third seed will bring 2. Fourth seed 2, and then 5, 6, and 7, 1 apiece.
All right. So that's Westland and Truckers. They
Correct.
get to bring 3.
Correct.
All right.
So,
So, in terms of submission now, how do I submit the participants for the All-Star game?
so we need you to send an email with your player in his jersey, and it's like a passport type picture with just half the body showing. It's important because, like we said, we're going to do a selection of these players, and some of the captains or some of the
Coaches.
might not know who is who. So it's important for you to send in this picture, and you need to send it in by Thursday of this week. So there is a deadline so that we could get it together and we could get those captains to pick the best team for the All-Star.
All right. So the deadline for submission is this Thursday. We're talking about Holy Thursday.
That's right.
At midnight.
So Holy Thursday, well, if you could get it before midnight, it'll be better. But Holy Thursday by midnight, please get in your selections. And if you don't send a representative from your team, then your team will not be represented in the All-Star game. As simple as that.
All right, just to recap the submission process. I choose the amount of player I'm allowed. I send in an email with a half body photo of that person.
So take the picture first.
So I take the picture,
Then you send it in.
send it in,
Yeah.
send in the name along with the photo,
Yeah.
and that's it.
And you can also, in that same email, just put 3-point and skills right under. Just put the separation. You don't need any pictures for that, just the names that you're submitting.
All right. So, just to recap this whole process, coaches, you're expected to send the information by email to us. We want the name of participants for the skills competition, the 3-point competition. If you have dunkers on your team who are willing to participate, Showtime dunkers, send in their name and the name of the players or player who will be participating in the All-Star game itself. The other important thing is only for that person or those persons who are playing in the game, you need to send in the half-body photo with the player in their ABL jersey. And remember, that is very important because we need it for the selection of teams for these players. I'm going to inform you about important dates, what is happening in the future for ABL. We're starting with the 24th. Of course, that is the All-Star game, All-Star weekend, happening at the Mexico Center on the 24th. Moving from there, we have the 1st of May, which is going to be the first round of the playoffs. And yes, the 1st of May is a holiday weekend, but yes, we will be having those games. The first round of the playoffs at Mexico Center, May the 1st. Other week from that will be the 8th of May, which will be the second round of the playoffs. Second round of the playoffs, playing at Mexico Center on the 8th of May. And the granddaddy of them all will be played on the 15th. The championship, yes, the finals, playing on the 15th day of May at Mexico Center. With that said, we need to sign off from here, Coach and myself. BZ got game, but this was Commissioner in the house. We're out of the house now. Whoop, whoop.